UNDP, our development partner.
Good morning. So I'm going to make a brief remark on behalf of the UNDP rep, Dr. Mangrove K. Yuri Yapaulo, Executive Director of EPA, representatives of government institutions here present, the University of Liberia, international NGOs here present, CR, the Swedish Embassy, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the United Nations Development Program, I'm pleased to extend warm greetings and sincere appreciation for the opportunity to participate in these historic occasions, marking the official launch of the first National Mangrove Inventory. This milestone reflects a strong commitment to environmental stewardship and advancement in Liberia. Mangroves are critical ecosystems that serve as national buffers against climate change, support biodiversity, protect coastal communities. The comprehensive assessment being presented today is not only timely, it is also transformative. UNDP commends the Environmental Protection Agency, the Conservation International, the Swedish Embassy, and the University of Liberia for their leadership and collaboration in making this initiative a reality. We reaffirm our commitment to supporting the national efforts that promote sustainable development, climate resilience, and inclusive environmental governance. We look forward to a continuing partnership as we work together to protect Liberia's national and natural heritage for present and future generations. On behalf of the UNDP, I want to say thanks to the consultants, and I want to again say we are committed to this process. I know going forward, the UNDP will be part of further studies as per the recommendations given by the consultants. So we want to say thank you. The deputy rep should have been here, but everybody got there are some engagement today. So he asked me to come to proxy for him. So I want to say thank you for this study. Thank you.
Thank you very much. By means of what you did, demonstrate their presence. We learned some words here. Mangrove. I want to tutor you now in what we learned. in Bassa, especially from Riverside, mangrove is called pa. And from Sino, the Crew people call it joti. And whether from the northern part of Liberia, we call it swan. So I can repeat those later on. So learn joti, pa, and swan to be mangrove. So we are in joti, pa, and swan inventory program today. Thank you. We Legis being the custodian of data, especially when it comes to publication in Liberia, we like to recognize the president. And Dennis, on behalf of your director, if you have a word, we welcome you. Let's give him a hand of applause.
Good morning. Let me stand on the existing protocol to recognize the high table. On behalf of Legis, the DG, the Director General, Mr. Augustine Kafua, is engaged in a third quarter engagement in terms of the household survey, so he couldn't be here this morning. But again, Legis have been part of this process. I personally won a fee, and we collected the data you see here today. So it's not just strange to me, because we're part of it and part of parcel of it. The world is a global village. We didn't know that we had so much services from the mangrove until we visited Liberia coastal line, where we engage community dwellers, people who use the mangrove in different aspects of their life, people who use the mangrove for their daily living, daily survival, and some didn't know the benefit that comes with it in terms of carbon, biodiversity, like that. But again, not to take of your time, we want to appreciate the Swedish government for the support, and the CR, Conservation International, our long-term partner. We just got our income grant and we probably using it. so we're standing tall. Thank you so much for the initiative. The Honorable DG is here, EPA. We salute you and bring you greetings from the DG of Leges. And the UL guys, the guys are on our feet. You have to go, let's go, let's move on. Now today we are here. Congratulations, guys. Now, the mangrove we see here today, we just discussed the coastal line. I think the sister was saying about the restaurant. There are a lot we need to do. So the speaker said we use this as a baseline. In all cases, all scenario, let's use a baseline to make beautiful plan and policy. So for now, we will use the database we have, we'll use the baseline and make beautiful decisions to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Permit me to invite to this podium, I make a wrong description earlier, the Registrar General of the CDA, Madam Lopu Kanakai, to make a brief remark. Clap for her.
Good morning, everyone. Members of the high table, and in a special way, recognize Dr. Yakpaburu, whom I have known for a very long time, and I am very pleased to see him here today and congratulate him formally for the position he's held. I am a nature lover, and so I grew up at a time where there was a river in Banga, I like to call it that, to call it Jo. And Jo River was very large. We used to swim in it. Nowadays, that river is shrinking. And then when I moved to Mangrove to go to school, the mangroves were green and very pleasant to look at. And nowadays, you also see them shrinking. But I am very happy, pleasingly happy, that we have begun to focus on the issue of maintaining the mangroves, because as we are all aware, it is life, because that's the beginning of life for almost all the species, marine species that we have around us. So for me, this study is an eye-opener, and I want to congratulate all of us that participated in ensuring that this report and the research was done on it. In a special way also, I want to extend our thanks to the Swedish government who supported the process, the government of Liberia, and of course, our own EPA for the job well done. I just pray that this document does not end up on a folder in file 13. Because most times those are the things that happen. But knowing this government, I'm sure that's not going to be it, because the arrest agenda we must realize. So thank you all very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you so kindly. Now we have in our presence the Deputy Director of NAFA for Administration. So we want to invite the Deputy Director for NAFA for Administration to the podium, because you are talking fish issue here. Yeah, we ain't calling. You're talking how the fish can smell good with the mangrove, all that kind of thing. Please say something.
Thank you, thank you. I want to recognize the Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Yakpaulo, the health, CR, CDA, and other representative of government institutions here. NAFA is glad to be part of this process. As a matter of fact, Mangrove is very crucial to us that regulate the fisheries sector. When you move around the coastal areas or mangrove terrain, you observe a lot of fisher folks in those areas, and scientifically those are areas specifically where we have breeding of marine resources. And so that is the reason why it is very, very important to us. And being a part of this program of mapping the mangrove areas within Liberia is very important for us. And we look forward to seeing how successful this document is going to be implemented. We are grateful to all of the partners who supported this initiative, the EPA, CR, and all other partners who made this a success. NAFA will continue to work along with you. We gave you our fullest cooperation. We want to assure you this. And boss, the acting director general, who is not here, has asked me to assure you of NAFA's fullest cooperation in this direction. And as a matter of fact, we in this year made a bold step in creating for the first time a separate department to deal with environmental issues. We've been having a component of environmental unit within NAFA, but we thought this time around, given the sensitive nature of climate and environment, we needed a full department to concentrate and work with other sector leads to ensure that we can preserve our marine environment and other environmental areas. And so this is a clear demonstration of our commitment to working with everyone who are ensuring that we protect our environment. And we can assure you we will continue to work with you in this direction. It is our pleasure to join you here today on this launching, and we say thank you for all the good things we continue to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So We are getting there. Finally going there. The young guys from the hill can say to conclusively conclude. We want to invite Governor Levi Pia to give us the next step. The focal person for the BOP at the EPA. Former Superintendent of Margibi County, where Mangrove suffering and no one been.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed and duly sustained. The Blue Ocean Project is one of the government best performing project with the partners. A project that we started or which emerged from the Blue Ocean Program in 2019 is yielding tremendous success. The good thing about this project is, and that decision was good, was to go into the hard to reach areas. Places where a few years back, before this current government came, we used to take weeks to get to. Sometimes 2-3 weeks on the road to get to Maryland, Grand Crew. And we thought to have started from those areas, which we did, and the successes we have had cannot be overemphasized. The Mangrove Infantry was planned around 2023, and we thought to slow down small due to the political process at the time. In less than 2 years, we are here launching the report. This is also great work. Next step, I want to emphasize on what one of the previous speakers said, that this is a living document. We do know, and the consultant also acknowledged that 6 months was not enough to gather all of the data we wanted to gather in the field. We most definitely need additional work. So that's what makes it a living document. And the next step is to work with the relevant stakeholders and of course the government and the donor to ensure that we do additional work. I should have made a statement lastly, but I told Mr. Wapo that please let me speak before my boss, because technically and protocol-wise, when the chief speaks, that's the end of the program. Those days when I serve in government, I don't speak when my boss has spoken. Thank you. I think thank you, and thanks to everyone. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Since I have the authority, after him, one more acting will follow. And when you hear the acting, you'll be happy. And you will know that I did whatever at the end. So, all that being said, we want to invite you, Dr. Yakwa, to this podium to give your keynote address and launch and close this program today. Let's give him a very big hand of applause. He's coming from another engagement. Every day he has several such.
Thank you, Mr. Wapo. When you run an institution that is cutting across all forms of society, you spread yourself sometimes very thin. This morning, yes, the first one, the NDC focal point. Those are supposed to collect the data. Special training is going at the climate change lab. Okay, then after that, at the City Hall, where we signed another MOU to deal with some of the garbage under this Arrest Agenda Sanitation Program, manage our organic waste. And so I have to attend all of those programs, and then finally came here. But I'm happy to be here. Very happy. Excellencies representing the government of Sweden, especially from the embassy here, accredited near Mangrove, a distinguished representative from the European Union, the Irish Embassy, our Liberian partners, our mother spoke from the CDA. Yes, we've been knowing very long time. I used to be their baby from the Land Commission way back then. Other government ministries here, Maritime Authority, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I think it's now the afternoon hour, so we say good afternoon to everyone. It is a profound honor to join you at a historic occasion, the official launch of Liberia's first National Mangrove Inventory implemented under the Blue Ocean Program. This event is a milestone in our national journey to protect Liberia's rich coastal and marine ecosystems. Our mangroves stretching along the Atlantic coast and river estuaries are vital shields against coastal erosion, nurseries for fish and crabs, and significant blue carbon sink that store carbon and support the fight against climate change. Under the leadership of His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., the government of Liberia has taken decisive action to safeguard these ecosystems. In 2024, the President issued Executive Order 143, mandating the protection, management, and restoration of all wetlands across the country. This order recognizes wetland and mangrove as national heritage, central to climate resilient community livelihoods and biodiversity. To implement this directive, the EPA established the National Wetland Task Force, bringing together key agencies and institutions to coordinate research, policy harmonization, and law enforcement for the protection of wetlands nationwide. Over the past year, the EPA and the task force have worked tirelessly to map wetland boundaries, identify threat hotspots, and engage local communities in restoration activities. The National Mangrove Inventory we are gathered here will support these efforts. It provides for the first time real-time data on the extent, condition, and carbon storage potential of our mangrove forest, laying a solid scientific foundation for the economy, for the blue economy, planning and investment. We also celebrate our new elemental analyzer, a state-of-the-art instrument donated by the International Atomic Agency to Liberia. When installed and commissioned, this equipment will enable the EPA to analyze blue carbon content in soils, sediments, and organic matter with precision. It will be instrumented for the blue carbon research, mangrove data validation, and the development of our national carbon market readiness systems. The result of this inventory go beyond environmental science, and they speak to economic transformation. Liberia Blue Economy Vision seeks to harness our ocean, coast, and rivers for sustainable growth, fisheries, tourism, and renewable energy. Healthy mangrove and wetland are the foundation of this vision. When they are protected, they generate jobs, support food security, and serve as natural infrastructure against flooding and sea level rise. A robust mangrove system also underpins a successful carbon market. Wetland protection is therefore cardinal to our ability to generate credible carbon credit and benefit sharing mechanism for coastal communities under our national carbon market policy that is under development. As we celebrate achievement, we must also look ahead. The EPA has developed a $3.2 million US dollar budget for the prevention of degradation of the mangrove and wetland across Liberia. This budget covers community-based restoration, monitoring and research, law enforcement, and the creation of mangrove park. We therefore call on development partners such as the EU, Sweden, the World Bank, UNDP, and others to join us in mobilizing resources to implement this important program. We commend the government of Sweden for its visionary support through the Blue Ocean Program since 2019. And we thank Conservation International for implementing this program and the leadership and the excellent work along with the EPA, the University of Liberia, and all partners in getting up to this point. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this inventory is more than a report. It is a call to action. Let us commit to ensuring that our children inherit a coastline that is vibrant, productive, and resilient. With science, collaboration, and sustained investment, Liberia can be a leader in the blue economy for West Africa. On behalf of His Excellency, the President of Liberia, Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., the EPA Policy Council, the Board of Directors, and the senior management team, I extend our gratitude to all partners for their unwavering support, commitment to advancing the blue economy agenda under the arrest agenda for inclusive development. With these remarks, and in accordance with Executive Order 143, I am honored to declare Liberia National Mangrove Inventory officially launched. Thank you. May God bless our beautiful coastline and save the Republic. To say that this is officially launched. I just want to add that, as you can see, we are still challenged with degradation, and I emphasized that in the speech, but I want to talk about it a little bit. The task force is moving around. We have started demolition. We are putting cornerstones from in wetland, and quite recently we demonstrated that along the Marshall wetland. We will continue, but we need your support. We definitely need your support. Resources, anything you can gather to help us, because it's challenging. We have actually mapped the mangroves around Monrovia and Marshall. They are great. The challenge we have is let's stop further degradation. It means that we need to put some physical barriers, hire some young people as wetland security, and position them as places so that those who are doing these things, we can actually bring justice to the mangrove itself, and the degradation can stop. So that's the reason why we have that. And then we are looking for partners to combine forces so as we can stop it. Because if we stop it, then we can take steps to be able to restore the ones that are damaged. But the rate at which is going is not good. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's give him a very big hand of applause. And can we permit me to request you to stand up for Mangrove? Let's stand up for Mangrove. Let's stand up for Mangrove. Who are not one of those short mangroves? Thank you very much. You can have your seat. Thank you so kindly. You know, before I called Shia for the announcement, I'll give you one short story. Sometime in Liberia, the University of Liberia examination, placement examination used to come up with an essay. It used to have bigger mark, and the question used to be, what is a forest? So this guy was in ninth grade, he learned that this question is always repeating itself and it had very high mark. He started studying the definition of forest when you were in ninth grade. He studied it so well that even if you will give you the definition, you'll write it. And he made a pass in WAS, then it was WAEC, and then he had to face the university placement examination. Unfortunately for him, the essay changed some kind of way. Instead of what is a forest, the question was, what is a bird? So how would this guy answer this question or in a head a definition of forest? It took him 15 minutes to commence. But I'm telling you, we need to think outside of the box. That's the reason for this story. We need to think outside the box when it comes to mangrove protection. So the young man sat down, he said, okay, since the only thing in my head is definition of forest, I will start like this. What is a bird? Then he decided to write. The bird flies. It sits on the tree. The tree is found in the forest. The question one may ask is, what is a forest? And he downloaded everything. Did he write the essay? Yes. He thought outside the box. So let's think outside the box for mangrove. Having that being said, we want to call Sia for announcement. Please come give her an announcement. So when you are asked what is a forest, what is a mangrove,
Thank you. So on behalf of Conservation International, we'd like to say a very, very big thank you to our donor, the Swedish Embassy, and to our government line agencies, ministries and agencies, and everyone that took up their time to come to celebrate this day with us. Today happens to be a very auspicious day, important program as well. So we don't want this document to just be there. We want to really implement the recommendations that the report brought forth. With that said, I would like to say lunch has been served. To the same place we had the breakfast. And then we also like to tell those that are qualified to receive the transportation reimbursement, you will have it, if possible, this week or early next week. Thank you so much to our consultants. We say a very big thank you to you once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So there we are. Remember, on the 3rd to the 5th is the Forest Forum. Huh? So beware. If you are invited, please let's support the Forest Forum. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be doing technical validation of the national policy beginning tomorrow. Forest Forum venue is EJ Saliv Ministry Complex. And so what is a forest?